Today we're diving into Solana's prospects for reaching a new all-time high by the end of 2025. With the crypto market always evolving, Solana's journey is closely watched by investors and enthusiasts alike. We'll break down analyst predictions, key drivers, risks, and ultimately whether Sol can surpass its previous record. Let's start by looking at where Solana stands right now and what experts are forecasting for the next couple of years. As of now, Solana is trading around $153. This price point reflects both the recent volatility in the crypto market and Solana's own network developments. Over the past year, Sol has experienced significant ups and downs, shaped by broader market trends and its own technical progress. Understanding this baseline is crucial as we evaluate future projections and what it would take for Solana to break its previous record. Analyst predictions for Solana's price by the end of 2025 vary widely. Some sources suggest a range between $150 and $300, with a bullish scenario pushing towards $250 if favorable conditions persist. Others are more conservative, estimating an average of $165 and an upper bound of $181. The most cautious outlooks peg Sol near $140, reflecting ongoing uncertainties in the market. These forecasts depend on several assumptions, including key upgrades, adoption rates, and institutional interest. It's important to note that these analyst forecasts are built on certain assumptions. They often factor in anticipated network upgrades, increased adoption of Solana's ecosystem, and the potential for institutional capital to flow into the market. Additionally, broader crypto market trends and regulatory developments play a significant role in shaping these predictions. Without these positive drivers, even the most optimistic forecasts could fall short. Before we go further, let's clarify what hitting ATH means for Solana. ATH stands for all-time high, referring to the highest price Solana has ever reached. For Sol, this was around $294, depending on which peak you reference. So when we talk about hitting a new ATH, we mean surpassing this previous record, not just achieving a new local high. This sets a clear benchmark for our analysis. Solana's previous all-time high, around $294, was achieved during a period of intense market enthusiasm and rapid ecosystem growth. This peak was driven by a combination of strong investor sentiment, expanding DeFi and NFT activity, and a bullish overall crypto market. Understanding the context of this previous high helps us gauge what kind of momentum would be needed for Solana to reach or exceed it again. One of the key drivers that could push Solana towards a new ATH is the growth of its ecosystem. As more decentralized finance, DeFi projects, NFTs, gaming platforms, and decentralized applications, DApps, launch on Solana, the network's utility and demand increase. This expansion not only attracts more users but also encourages developers and investors to participate, creating a positive feedback loop for price appreciation. Technical improvements and network upgrades are crucial for Solana's future. Addressing reliability issues, such as previous network outages, and scaling the network to handle more transactions can significantly boost investor confidence. If Solana can demonstrate robust performance and stability, it will be better positioned to attract both retail and institutional capital, supporting a potential move towards a new ATH. Institutional and regulatory tailwinds could be game changers for Solana. The approval of ETFs, futures contracts, or clearer regulatory frameworks could open the door for significant capital inflows. When large institutions enter the market, they bring not only money but also credibility, which can drive further adoption and price appreciation. This is a key factor to watch in the coming years. Broader crypto market cycle will also play a major role in Solana's price trajectory. If the market enters a bullish phase, perhaps driven by interest rate cuts, increased liquidity, or a strong move from Bitcoin, Solana could benefit from the rising tide. Conversely, if the market turns bearish, even the strongest projects may struggle to gain traction. Timing and macro conditions are critical. The flip side, market conditions and macroeconomic risks present significant headwinds. Global economic uncertainty, fluctuating interest rates, and unpredictable regulatory moves can all impact Solana's price. If the crypto market enters a bear cycle, it could derail even the most optimistic forecasts, making it much harder for Solana to approach or surpass its previous all-time high. Solana faces stiff competition from other Layer 1 and Layer 2 blockchains. Projects like Ethereum, Avalanche, and others are constantly innovating, and any technical missteps such as network outages can damage Solana's reputation. Staying ahead in terms of technology and reliability is essential for maintaining investor trust and attracting new users. Surpassing the previous ATH is no small feat. With Solana's last peak at around $294, the current price would need to nearly double to reach that level again. This sets a high bar, requiring not just favorable conditions but also strong execution across the board, from technical upgrades to ecosystem growth and market sentiment. Some forecasts may be overly optimistic, assuming that everything goes perfectly for Solana. In reality, execution and adoption often lag behind expectations. It's important to approach bullish projections with a healthy dose of skepticism and to consider the possibility that actual outcomes may be more moderate. The gap between ambitious forecasts and real-world execution can be significant. Technical delays, slower than expected adoption, or unforeseen challenges can all impact Solana's trajectory. Investors should keep these potential hurdles in mind when evaluating the likelihood of a new ATH by 2025. Even with strong fundamentals, adoption can lag behind expectations. User growth, developer engagement, and real-world use cases often take time to materialize. This lag can temper price appreciation and make it harder for Solana to achieve a new all-time high within the desired timeframe. Taking all factors into account, the base case for Solana is that it ends 2025 somewhere in the $150 to $300 range. If things go reasonably well, meaning successful upgrades, steady adoption, and a supportive market, prices around $200 to $250 seem plausible. This scenario reflects a balanced view, considering both opportunities and risks. A bullish scenario where all major catalysts align, successful network upgrades, strong institutional flows, and a favorable macro environment, Solana could retest or even surpass its previous ATH. In this case, prices could reach $300 to $350 or higher. However, this outcome depends on everything going right, which is never guaranteed in the crypto world. On the other hand, if conditions are weak due to regulatory setbacks, increased competition, or unfavorable macro trends, Solana may only marginally improve or even stagnate around current levels. In this bear case, the price could remain near $150 or even dip lower, highlighting the importance of monitoring risks closely. So what's the likelihood of Solana hitting a new ATH by the end of 2025? While it's certainly possible, the probability is best described as low to moderate unless the market enters a strong bull phase. Most scenarios suggest more moderate outcomes, with a full return to the previous ATH requiring a perfect storm of positive developments. Key takeaway is that while Solana has the potential to reach new heights, investors should temper expectations and prepare for a range of outcomes. The path to a new ATH is challenging and depends on a mix of technical, market, and regulatory factors. Staying informed and adaptable is crucial in the fast-moving world of crypto. Solana's ecosystem continues to expand, with new projects and partnerships emerging regularly. This growth not only enhances the network's utility but also strengthens its position in the competitive blockchain landscape. As more developers and users join, the foundation for future price appreciation becomes stronger. Decentralized finance, or DeFi, is a major growth area for Solana. With fast transaction speeds and low fees, Solana is attracting a variety of DeFi protocols. This not only increases network activity but also drives demand for SOL tokens, supporting higher prices over time. NFTs and blockchain gaming are also fueling Solana's growth. The network's scalability makes it an attractive platform for creators and gamers alike. As these sectors mature, they could become significant drivers of user adoption and transaction volume, further supporting SOL's price. The development of decentralized applications, or dApps, on Solana is another important trend. As more innovative dApps are launched, they attract users and developers, increasing network activity and demand for SOL. This ongoing innovation is a key factor in Solana's long-term potential. Solana's history of network outages has been a concern for investors. However, ongoing upgrades aim to improve reliability and scalability. If these efforts succeed, they could restore confidence and attract more capital to the network, supporting higher price targets. Scalability is a major focus for Solana's development team. By increasing the network's capacity to handle more transactions per second, Solana can better serve high-demand applications and compete with other blockchains. This technical edge could be a catalyst for future growth. The entry of institutional investors is a potential game-changer for Solana. Large-scale capital inflows can drive significant price movements and add legitimacy to the network. Watching for signs of institutional interest, such as ETF approvals or major partnerships, will be important for predicting future price action. Regulation remains a double-edged sword for Solana and the broader crypto market. Clearer rules can attract institutional investors and foster growth, but restrictive policies could limit adoption. Keeping an eye on regulatory trends is essential for understanding Solana's risk profile. Broader economic trends, such as interest rates and global liquidity, will influence Solana's price. A supportive macro environment can lift all boats, while tightening conditions may put pressure on risk assets like cryptocurrencies. Monitoring these trends helps investors anticipate potential headwinds or tailwinds. Bitcoin often sets the tone for the entire crypto market. When Bitcoin rallies, altcoins like Solana tend to follow. Conversely, a Bitcoin downturn can drag the whole market lower. Understanding this dynamic is key to predicting Solana's price movements in the coming years. Solana competes with other Layer 1 blockchains, each vying for developer attention and user adoption. Innovations from competitors can shift market dynamics quickly. Staying ahead requires constant improvement and a strong value proposition. Layer 2 solutions, both on Solana and competing networks, are designed to improve scalability and reduce costs. These innovations can attract more users and developers but also increase competition. Solana's ability to integrate and compete with these solutions will shape its future. Solana's history of network outages has been a sticking point for some investors. While upgrades aim to address these issues, past incidents have impacted the network's reputation. Continued progress on reliability will be key to regaining trust and supporting higher valuations. Investor sentiment can shift quickly in the crypto market. Positive news, successful upgrades, or strong adoption can spark rallies, while setbacks can trigger sharp declines. Monitoring sentiment indicators can provide early signals of potential price moves. The risk of poor execution, whether in technical upgrades, ecosystem development, or marketing, remains ever present. Even with strong fundamentals, missteps can delay progress and dampen price performance. Careful project management is essential for success. Tracking adoption metrics such as active users, transaction volume, and developer activity provides valuable insight into Solana's health. Sustained growth in these areas supports higher valuations and increases the likelihood of reaching a new ATH. User growth is a leading indicator of network success. As more people use Solana for DeFi, NFTs, and gaming, network effects strengthen, making it more attractive to new users and developers. This virtuous cycle can drive sustained price appreciation. Developer engagement is another critical metric. A vibrant developer community leads to more innovation, better dApps, and a stronger ecosystem. Solana's ability to attract and retain top talent will be a major factor in its long-term success. Liquidity is essential for healthy price discovery. High liquidity allows for smoother trading and reduces the risk of sharp price swings. As Solana's ecosystem grows, increased liquidity can help stabilize prices and support upward moves. A strong and engaged community is a major asset for any blockchain project. Solana's community plays a vital role in spreading awareness, supporting new projects, and driving adoption. Community-driven initiatives can amplify growth and help sustain momentum. Media coverage can have a significant impact on Solana's visibility and investor interest. Positive stories about upgrades, partnerships, or ecosystem growth can attract new participants, while negative headlines may cause hesitation. Staying aware of media trends is important for anticipating sentiment shifts. Solana's long-term vision is to become a leading platform for decentralized applications and financial innovation. Achieving this goal will require continued technical progress, ecosystem expansion, and strong community engagement. The journey to a new ATH is part of this broader mission. In summary, Solana's path to a new all-time high by the end of 2025 is filled with both opportunities and challenges. While the potential is there, success will depend on a combination of technical upgrades, ecosystem growth, favorable market conditions, and effective risk management. Investors should stay informed and approach forecasts with a balanced perspective. Thanks for joining this deep dive into Solana's potential for a new all-time high by 2025. The crypto landscape is dynamic, and while Solana has many strengths, the journey ahead will require resilience and adaptability. Keep an eye on key developments and remember that in crypto, anything is possible, but nothing is guaranteed.